Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What up? This is Shan, and this is Cozy Womb Podcast. This is Ari. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, Anya.
Hi.
What up?
Say what?
Hey, this is Cozy Womb Podcast, and thank you for coming through to listen. My name is Shan. I'm the Cozy Womb mom. What's up? Today, I just wanted to talk about empowerment for girls because I feel like girls are faced with a lot, and I think if we empower them at home with the right structure in order for them to move around the world without us, meaning the parents, the grandparents, and the family that they have at home that loves and cares for them, they'll be better off out there in the world learning, working, traveling, and they'll just feel, more intelligent. They'll feel confident. They'll feel like they can be challenged and not fall apart to pieces because we have given the tools for them to do so. So what really would empower girls to be better, stronger, more confident, I think, is boundaries, knowing their worth, having some sort of belief system within themselves, having strength to push through, being intelligent, humorous, very spontaneous, approachable, and always being creative in finding a way to make something work for them. So, the first thing I wanted to focus on is boundaries for girls. Talk to your girls, and I'm talking like age 5, 7, 6, whatever. I'm just talking, start there. Talk to them about how no means no, and that's coming from you saying if you don't want someone to do anything, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a police officer that's doing something inappropriate, because they do that, whether it's a boy at school or someone in the family that you may know, no means no. So if you say no and they still continue to do something that you don't want and you don't like, they did something wrong, not you. Let your voice be heard. Make sure they stand up and they yell and they make their, choice be heard. Make sure that you teach girls to keep their hands to themselves. You don't always have to fight every fight being physical. Keep your hands to yourself. If you're angry, I don't care if it's a boy or a man or a woman or an old lady or a girl your age, keep your hands to yourself. Now, if somebody hits you and tries to hurt you with force in their hands, then you protect yourself and you teach them how to do that legally. No spitting, no flashing, body parts. That's not ladylike. That's not what we do. And, make sure, girls are self-aware. Make sure that girls know, yes, this is my body, but I don't have to show it. I don't have to wear certain things this way. And just because somebody finds me attractive, that doesn't give them the right to touch me, put their hands on me, grab on me, demand anything from me. That doesn't give anybody the right to do that. Teach them not to pressure other people into doing things that they don't want to do, and teach them how to not be pressured by other people. Also, teach them to have expectations for themselves. So, for instance, if your child says they want to have good grades, teach them that it's their responsibility to make sure that they don't hang out late night when they know they should be at home doing work or studying. If they want to be on a winning team at school in sports, they must know that they need to practice more. They need to be on top of things. They need to take out that time to do more than maybe the next person. So always, boundaries. And boundaries, I think, are going to help girls be more responsible for themselves and be more confident in their decisions. Now, when it comes to self-worth, and when I say we, I'm talking about the parents. We have to be an example of what self-love is. So what I try to do is not have anybody around me that'll disrespect me, mistreat me, or be in a position where I'm mistreated in front of my daughters, because I don't want them to see that as a norm that they're supposed to accept. I encourage them to be challenged. So right now I'm doing like multiplication cards with my 5-year-old, and she tells me today she doesn't like them. And I said, you don't like them because you're not comfortable with it. You don't know it, but you're going to learn it eventually. And you don't have to dislike it automatically because you don't understand. And I think a lot of kids dislike a lot of things that they don't understand because they're not exposed to it. So just expose them to the things that they feel like are quote unquote hard. And show them how to be nice to themselves. Show them how to talk to themselves if they're met with something that they're not really good at first. And maybe over time they'll get better at it. The other day I took Anya bowling for the second time. And her sister, who's 2, I took her too. That was her first time going bowling. And they liked it. But, Anya didn't win. I didn't win, Ari won. So, just even that, being exposed to something you like to do, but it doesn't necessarily mean you always have to win to have fun or enjoy yourself. And tell them that you're proud of them, specifically of something that they did. And tell them why. And tell them how good it made you feel. And with that, they're going to calculate in their head how many times you are proud of them, for different things. That's going to help their self-worth. As far as like their belief, you just got to support your kids. You got to support your kids in things you don't understand that they really like. You got to support your kids in the decisions that they would make, even though you think something is ugly. You have to show up when they doubt that you will show up. So if they're having like a concert or some type of showing at school or some talent show, and they think that, you're going to pick work over it, show up. Let them doubt something and make it different and show up. And encourage them to ask questions. Never tell your kid to stop talking when you really have time to talk to them. Talk to them. It's going to help. I promise you, it's going to make them way more comfortable in the things that they have to say, especially girls. Intelligence-wise for girls, they're already smart, they're already brilliant, and girls have that intuition automatically. So you gotta avoid like generalizations, like, maybe girls aren't known to be great at, let's say, mathematics. If your daughter ever says that, or your sister, tell them you can do whatever you want to do. And if you like mathematics, you could be the first. Or you could be the second or the third or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like what you like. Don't get in your head that, girls don't do this, or girls can't do that, or that's not for girls. Do what you love to do, period. And never dumb down yourself for anybody. Teach your girls don't ever make themselves feel not smart, or I'm smarter than him, but I can't let him know that because I really like him. No. You be as intelligent as you are by yourself. If someone really likes you, they're going to like you exactly how you are. And trust your instincts. Teach your daughters how to trust their instincts, because in life, that's what saves women in life, is trusting their instincts. As far as their strength, that's coming with skill. That's something they're going to learn over time. They're going to learn that they are able to, hang up their own pictures in their houses because you're going to show them the tools that they need to do so. They're going to understand that they can move around that furniture in their house and they don't have to wait till daddy gets home, or they don't have to wait till their brother gets home or their boyfriend or their husband get home. They can do it. You know what I'm saying? You have to show them that. You have to teach them that you are able, just like a man is able to do X, Y, and Z, and show them how they can do X, Y, and Z. I'm not teaching any of my daughters to rely on a man to do something they can do, but I'm not teaching them that a man is not necessary, because yes, in life, men are necessary, but women can do a lot also. Teach them how to self-motivate themselves. So just like, let's say if a child may lose a game or not get something that they want, they may say, oh, I'm stupid, or I can't do it, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not pretty enough. Teach them the opposite of that. Teach them how to say to themselves, oh, I'm beautiful. I'm pretty. Like, my hair is pretty. My skin is pretty. My smile is gorgeous. Like, I can do this. Like, I can make this work. I can do it. I know I can do it. Teach them how to self-motivate themselves and encourage themselves, because you don't necessarily need fans in that, those bleachers. You don't need no fans on the sideline in order for you to get through and do what you want to do. Sometimes you got to be your own fan in life, and you got to, hype yourself up, be your own hype man. And I got to teach my daughters how to be their own hype men too. And you got to let them be uncomfortable sometimes. By nature, moms always want to go save their kids when they see that they're in trouble or they're having, a hard time with something. But there's a joy that you get when you watch your child figure something out. And we have to let them figure some things out sometimes, especially if it's not going to kill them. Humor. I think if your child can take a joke, they're going to be 10 times better than the next child, because kids are ruthless and they go for your feelings first. And if your child can't take a joke at home, they're definitely not going to be able to take a joke at school or in public. So being, naturally funny, or knowing when things are funny and when they're not funny, is going to help them social-wise. So social skills are going to be up, A1. And when you're at home, you should watch funny things and funny shows with your kids to see, what they laugh at, or if they can spot when something's funny or when something's not funny. And, being able to tell a joke or take jokes, it helps people relax, especially people that really are not familiar with people that may look like your girls. Maybe if they're funny, they can relate to laughing, and maybe that's how their relationship may start, or a bond may start. Life isn't always so serious all the time. Sometimes you got to learn to laugh at certain things, and once your kid understands humor, it's going to completely knock out their insecurities, because that's going to be like go-to for them to feel comfortable sometimes. I know as a kid, that was go-to for me to feel comfortable. And when I didn't feel comfortable, I created my own world in my mind, or through writing. I created my own world through drawing, creating, situations with the toys in my room. Or I will make paper people. Like, you have to help your kid get out of that box of, oh, I need this in order to have this. No, you don't. You create it. You create your happiness. You create the things you need. You create a way, and things are going to work if you put that effort in. Teach your girls how to be approachable. Last but not least, because that's going to help them get familiar with people. That's going to make people comfortable with them. That's going to make them become go-to when it comes to schools and activities, and teachers feeling like, oh, this child is like really relatable. Also in the workplace, if you are very approachable and people may not know your name, they may know you as the girl that's always smiling, or the girl that always, looks nice, or smiles at me and says good morning every morning. And I don't really know her, but I'll know when she's not here because I didn't get that. So body language is going to tell you a lot. If their hands are crossed, if they're like their face looks like they have an attitude, if they're not smiling, body language says a lot. So make sure when they talk to people, they keep eye contact. I always tell my 5-year-old to look me in the eye when she talks to me. That way she gets comfortable looking people in the eye. And when you look people in the eye, that's going to tell you a lot. Be friendly. I don't have to tell my kids that they're too friendly, I think. Be kind. I always tell her to be kind. She knows when she's not being nice. To smile at people. And don't cross your arms when you're, by yourself. It may come off like you're upset about something, or somebody may see you from afar and not want to ask you something that they wanted to ask you. So all of that, I think, is going to help our girls be better, help them be more confident, and help them have like more structure when it comes to, oh my God, my mom's not here. Oh my God, my dad's not here. What do I do? Empower your girls by giving your girls all of that, and see what happens. I think anything good can happen from that, but they need that strength. They need to know their intelligence is needed. They need that belief system. They need to know their worth. They need to carry boundaries with them. They need to be approachable. And don't forget that humor is very funny. But life, humor is something that'll go a long way. My name is Shan. This is Cozy Womb Podcast. Bye.
Good night, good night, good night, good night.